Fraser, this is a disturbing case. It's a case of a young girl being followed, attacked, and killed by a young man only a year or so older than herself. Holly Newton, just 15-year-old at the time of this attack in Hexham back in January last year. She had concerns about the youth who followed her and then eventually took her life. She had told friends that she thought he was stalking her. She told them that she thought he would not leave her alone unless she spoke to him. Her parents were concerned about him too. They told her not to leave school if he was outside the area and visible, and stay to school until it was safe. So clearly they had concerns about this young man, and CCTV footage clearly shows him following her around town that day in Hexham for around 45 minutes or so, at some points keeping well back, keeping this distance, following her from a distance. You could see some cases on the CCTV would turn and recognize the young man and carry on walking away from him. Eventually he did approach her. He told the court that he approached her and that she was horrible to him when he spoke to her, and it was then that the attack happened. He says he can't remember the attack. A psychiatrist who was brought in by the defense team, it said that this is a possible side effect of post-traumatic stress disorder caused by his default and bringing. He said that he did have a knife on him, a kitchen knife that he taken to town that day, but he said this intention was to use that knife to harm himself or even to take his own life, not to harm anybody else. A young friend or Holly was also injured during the attack. The youth was found guilty of wounding with intent. He tried to intervene, was also stabbed, and it was two members of the public who eventually subdued the attacker and brought him under control. The attack itself particularly vicious. 36 injuries to Holly, 12 of them stabbed with wounds, 19 of them caused by a slashing motion. Some of those wounds to her hands as she tried to stop the attack, other wounds to her head, face, back, and chest to stab wounds and appalling. You can only imagine how difficult it was, and the judge acknowledged how difficult it was for her family to have to relive this during this court case. The young man had pleaded guilty to manslaughter. He had admitted killing Holly, but he denied murder, and the jury took around 14 hours or so to decide that it was murder. The judge said that her family had been dignified throughout. Her mother was in tears as she read out an impact statement to the court. During that statement, she explained how Holly was a beautiful child, how when she was little they did everything together, that she was a funny and happy teenager, that her favorite place was Alton Towers, and that she would do anything to make anyone laugh, and an animal lover too. She said particularly loved her cat. The judge said that the family had shown great dignity and fortunate. He could only imagine, and he said how difficult it was for them to sit through the evidence and to watch the video of this young man stalking their daughter before killing her. He was found guilty of murder, guilty of wounding with intent, and he will be sentenced on the 31st of October. Thank you so much.